We're at IAV 2020 and I'm speaking to Stefan Lishka, Managing Director, ARTEC. Stefan, BOXER. ARTEC is quite often mentioned with BOXER, but I think a lot of people perceive BOXER to be a product of either Rheinmetall or Kreis-Maffei. Could you explain quite where ARTEC fits in with BOXER and Rheinmetall and Kreis-Maffei?
Yeah, sure. ARTEC is prime contractor for BOXER. ARTEC is the responsible party for all customers for BOXER. We are also the legal manufacturer. However, we are leading the consortium that consists of Kreis-Maffei on the one side and Rheinmetall on the other side to bring BOXER into life. So the production of BOXER and the engineering-wise development is within Kreis-Maffei and Rheinmetall, but we are acting as the one party summarizing the know-how, managing the interfaces and being the focal point to the customer, that the customer only has one entity within industry to contact. So we are the prime, and then we subcontract our shareholders, Rheinmetall and Kreis-Maffei.
Now, BOXER, initial sales, the Netherlands, Germany. There have been follow-on sales. Could you bring us up to speed with customers, numbers, that sort of thing?
Yeah. It started in 2006 when the first series contract was signed, and there was an initial batch for Germany for 272 vehicles and for the Netherlands for 200 vehicles. And after the successful deployment in Afghanistan, the German army decided to procure a second batch, and the contract was signed in 2015 for another 131 vehicles. In 2016, Lithuania followed, representing a smaller customer with a very specific demand of vehicles, and they also decided for BOXER, and they procured 91 BOXERs, first time armed with a 30mm weapon system. In 2018, the Australians decided also for BOXER. However, this was due to the background of the project managed by Rheinmetall, and they are the prime contractor, not ARTEC in that case. And we managed to get a contract with the British Army and the MOD in November 2019 for more than 500 vehicles in the UK.
And when BOXER is spoken of, particularly with the German vehicles, we're starting to see mention of A0, A1, A2 and even A3 now. Could you talk us through the differences between the A0s up to the A3s?
Yeah, we received this question more and more, and it's quite easy. The A0 was the result of development phase, but already the first series vehicle delivered had the A1 standard, which was able to have a gross vehicle weight of 36.5 tons. The difference between A1 and 2 is minor. It's mostly interesting for engineers, some electrical changes, some mechanical changes, but no big step. The next phase will be the A3 drive module, as we call it, internal already now, and the British Army will be the first customer to get this. And there we have an increase in two major parts, which is a bigger engine, now 600 kilowatt, and able to carry a total vehicle weight of 38.5 tons.
So the British will be the launch customer for the A3 drive module. What are the real key differences between that and everything that comes before it?
To be precise, there will be half of a launching customer, because a major part of the drive module has already been realized for the Australian Army. The Australian Army will receive a drive module able to carry 38.5 tons, but still with a 530 kilowatt engine, whereas the British Army will receive the 38.5 ton drive module weight-wise and combined with a 600 kilowatt engine, which is coincidentally the same as in the Ajax vehicles.
And when you say the A3 module has a 600 kilowatt engine, is this an uprated version of the original engine, or is it a different engine?
It is an uprated version of the MTU 8-cylinder engine from 530 to 600 kilowatt by minor effects, some mechanical parts and software.
And if we may talk about the mission modules now, could you talk us through some of the mission modules that have been developed and are deployed, and possibly some of the newer mission modules that are being developed?
That's quite easy to explain, because the first mission modules ever contracted, they have been typical family modules, APCs, command post, ambulance, driver training vehicles. engineer vehicles. So, like the German army and the Dutch army, they were focused on, let's say, the family type of mission models. Lithuania was the first customer with a medium caliber weapon system on a 30mm remote control weapon station. The Australian army has a 30mm two-man turret version, whereas the British army focuses in the current order also on family vehicles like ambulance, command vehicle, infantry carrier, specialist carrier. So let's say the family vehicles, those we covered in different versions and variants, and now industry is developing the more heavyweight and technically more complex versions. Like there will come a bridge layer soon, which will show an Eurosattery. Industry tested already for more than 3 years an artillery version, a BOXER with 155mm caliber. There are plenty of other medium caliber turrets available, and also an air defense BOXER with 35mm. So after having the normal family type of vehicles, we are now enlarging the portfolio of a specialist vehicle, bridge laying, air defense, howitzer, and so on.
Excellent, thank you for that. And as we're here in the UK, perhaps we can close the interview with an update on the UK programme. Is there anything you can tell us about timelines, numbers, variants, costings that may not have been in public domain before?
Yeah, we can. I can't tell the exact number, but it's above 500 vehicles and in 4 different build configurations, we call them. We no longer use the word variants because some of those build configurations can be turned quite fast from one capability into another by the crew themselves. So we have an infantry carrier vehicle, we have an ambulance, we have a command vehicle, and we have a specialist carrier vehicle that can fulfill different roles with a different internal setup. The contract that was already published, £2.3 billion, and the first vehicle deliveries series configuration will start very early in 2023.
And is there anything you can tell us about UK content, UK build, that sort of thing?
Yes, of course, because the design, the underlying design, we try to use as much existing proven design solutions from Germany, Netherlands, maybe Lithuania, and only adapt it where necessary to fulfill specific UK requirements. However, the production and the value of the production itself will be done in the UK. Only 8% of the vehicles will be manufactured in Germany to train the staff, and then the complete know-how transfer and production transfer is taking place to 2 different sites in the UK. One will be Telford, represented by Rheinmetall BAE Systems Land, and the other one will be Weffel, the subsidiary of Krauss-Maffei Wegmann in Stockport. Those will be the 2 centers where the vehicles will finally be assembled and delivered from there onwards.
And if I may, one final question. Recently in the media, there's been quite a lot of coverage of BOXER in Algeria. Is there anything you can say about that?
I only can say that BOXER has been in Algeria because it was published also, but to the current status, I can't say anything.
Excellent. Thank you very much for your time.